Okay, this is a continuation of the video because it was only 10 minutes long, so I had to do a second video. Might do a third one, a fourth one, a fifth one, whatever it takes for justice to be served. Okay, this is transcripts where it says this judge is saying that this police officer is saying he did not have consent to remove my sister's child. Alright, it says, I believe so. And did that photograph give you a fair representation of who you were looking for, or was it close or not close? Close. This is a police officer under oath. And at this point in time, when you asked the question who she was, yes. And did she indicate who she was? I believe she did. So she was cooperative at that point, yes. And at that point in time, did you provide Ms. Griffin with any documentation saying that you had legal authority to remove the child from her physical presence? I did not. No. So without giving her that information, you then made your physical movement towards her to be able to remove the child. Is that correct? That's correct. What occurred? I informed her that we were there for the child, that we had the endangered and missing photograph flyer from the agency. We indicated to her that we were there for the child. We also asked who the child was. She refused to provide the name. When I asked for the child, she said, okay, I'm going to just show you these other transcripts that I'm reading from. This was in reference to September 26, 2008, when police broke her child bones, removed her from her, and paralyzed my sister. Okay, they claim she said, "Don't fucking touch my baby." I have no further questions. I don't have any further I don't have anything further of the witness. You may step down. Thank you. Any further evidence of testimony from the defense? I mean the state. Yes, I do. I ask that you take judicial notice from these documents that are attached to your criminal complaint, which are the findings of state in the case. It is read the paternity of Jesse M. G.S. We don't know who that is because that's not the name April gave him. State of Wisconsin petitioner, and April Griffin and Matthew Sibley responded, which is not true. She was not. The state is not the petitioner. Okay. He says, do you have the original? I have one. Is the seal red? No. Do you have a copy of the seal red? No. Because this was a false order. It was not an order of Judge Dooley. It was an order. This is the transcripts. It was a falsified order, June 25th order, that Matthew Subbeliever and his sexual partner, also slash girlfriend, attorney D'Angela Ellis, put together saying, we want to take the child. Police go out there and look for this child. They went into the they had this document expressment or personally served to Judge Gooley's chambers. He signed it, stamped it. April Griffin was not present in the courtroom. This was a false document that they are referring to. They're saying they do not have a seal. There is no seal, but it was entered into court. It's not a certified seal. Okay, okay, let me read some other different things to you as well. This is a copy of a Yahoo account showing that Matthew Subbeliever has an account in Uganda. Power of attorney. He has some Ugandan accounts being activated. Your Ugandan account. That's the email. Okay. I don't know if you can see this. Okay. In reference to power of attorney. He's trying to take this child out of the country. He removed a child he called a bastard. This is proof that April was arrested May 14th in Judge Gooley courtroom when she refused to go along with this bribe. The next day, Judge Gooley put an arrest warrant out for her child, and he said that the baby was going to the father. This was not a custody hearing, not in accordance with the federal law, and there was never ever any documentation telling April this was a custody hearing. This was a bribe that was accepted by Judge Gooley. I'm about to read something from Donald Desitel. In relation to something. On Wednesday, May 16, 2007, at approximately 1130 hours, I, Milwaukee County Sheriff Office Detective Donald Destel, while assigned to the Criminal Investigation Division, was assigned by Sergeant James Cox to attempt to locate the whereabouts of infant Jesse Griffin. Jesse is the subject of a court proceeding between the child's mother, April Griffin, and Matthew Subbeliever. Per Sergeant Cox and Sergeant Patricia Boheen, Ms. Griffin is withholding a child from the father, Subbeliever, who has a court order from Judge Gooley, Branch 32, to have custody of Jesse. This was May 16, written by Detective Desitel. He's saying that there was a court order May 14th, her first time in the man courtroom. The next day, he gave an order to take this child from April and give it to the father who bribed this judge. And at the bottom it says something about an on and off relationship. Mr. Sabaliva stated that he met April in 2002 and had an on and off relationship. Yes, on and off, because April tried to escape this abusive man who kept finding her and trying to force himself into her life, and he also forced himself on her at one point in time. This is the documentation. Like I said, these things will be uploaded to a different website by third party. This is an affidavit by police officer Benjamin Smith, who says, I have conducted over 100 investigations of missing children. I am currently investigating pursuant to my official duties the crime of interfering with custody. This offense occurred in the city of Milwaukee on May 14, 2007. On April 24, 2007, the court notes that primary placement with the mother was not appropriate. Additionally, Judge Gooley ordered that Jesse M. Griffin / Sabaliva, who we do not know, to be taken into custody and delivered to Matthew Sabaliva. This was all prearranged and organized. This happened the day after she was arrested in civil court, May 14, 2007, because she refused to agree with this bribe. So here's paper saying that here's a false missing child report. This is April's son, Jesse, who is in danger right now because he's in the illegal custody of a man who tried to kill him. This is Jesse. This says that the baby was missing on April 24, 2007. April 24, 2007, April had custody of her son, nor did she file a missing child report. Jesse needs his mother. Matthew Sabaliva told her he was going to take the bastard from her. This is a hearing where April was not present. See, appearances May 14, 2007. After they took her out of the courtroom, they had May 16, 2007. April Griffin does not appear. She was in jail. They were having hearings without her. I'm going to show you so many things you all will not believe. Alright, let's see. I'm going to show you so much. Okay, he says, you bring that child in tomorrow. She said, I will turn myself in. I'm not going to give my child to a man who beat me when I'm pregnant. He said, ma'am, you bring me that baby. Either you will cooperate, you don't want to cooperate, you'll be in jail. And this is part of where they changed the baby name. Ellis said right now is Jesse Moses Sabaliva Griffin. April never ever made that name to him. I don't know what that's all about. We're requesting Griffin Sabaliva. The court says I have no problem with that. The name will be changed. April says, Your Honor, they never requested that. His name is Jesse Moses Peter Emmanuel Griffin. Why are you all taking out his whole name? I mean, I have documents that will just blow your mind. Okay, I want to get to this document where it shows that April said this man forced himself, and the Judge Gooley's like, whatever. You know, I have so many documents, you know, so many things to share with you all to show this case is a setup, it's bribery. This should not be allowed to go on, and justice will be served. Here it is right here about the June 25th order. You'll see where his lawyer / girlfriend says, I am asking this court to enter an order. I have taken the liberty of drafting an order. I have taken the liberty of drafting an order. She did it herself. She's not the judge. And it clearly says that my client is to be granted sole custody and legal custody and primary placement. It is my understanding that is what the law enforcement need to find this child. I have taken the liberty. Now I also want to add that June 21st, 2007 is when Matthew Sabaliva filed the false missing child report, and June 25th is when they got that she sent in that phony order that she drafted. This is illegal. This is where Gooley tells April, I know she's a good mother and a nice person. He says this, but you know what? Money talks and justice walks. This was after a hearing where they're trying to figure out what can we do. Here it is. Judge Gooley said he was a good catch because he's a nurse, but he's a rapist. April said he raped me. This is what she wrote in the writing right there, where